However, I've also been asking you, would you dob in a fellow driver using your dash cam, if you had the material, that caught someone in front of you chucking litter out of their car window onto the side of the road? Because Buckinghamshire Council are encouraging you to use your dash cam so they can go after and persecute these people. Very mixed feelings. However, here's one of them. Nick, would I dob a fellow motorist in? Darn right I would. Only a couple of weeks ago I reported an uninsured and untaxed vehicle that was restricting a public footpath. Not long after I made the call, the vehicle disappeared. Nothing wrong in being a law-abiding citizen, is there, John? He's not talking about litter, but he's just dobbing in another driver for not being properly taxed. Litter? Would you dob them in? Now, I'm one of those libertarian conservatives, and yet I've got huge sympathy with this. Let's find out what the price we are paying for the environment, damage it does, and the impact of litter on our lives in all sorts of ways. I'm very pleased to say, got Andrew Kemp, CEO of LitterCam. So come on, Andrew, tell me, first of all, what is LitterCam?
So good afternoon, Nick. So LitterCam is a technology designed to detect the action of littering from vehicles from CCTV footage or other video footage. And in the case of local authorities, we can send that footage through to them. So it's just the footage of the action of littering from vehicles and the associated number plate. They can then validate that that footage is genuine and issue a penalty notice. So we've been trading since the Litter Strategy for England came out, and when we were initially doing some research, local authorities here in West Yorkshire, where I live, they had a number of individuals who'd just be looking at video monitors in the case that there would be some activity of interest. So they were just saying it was really just inefficient and costly. So we've created this technology to make that whole process more efficient and
so that's very interesting. So why do Buckinghamshire think they now need the help of drivers with their dash cam if they've got your cameras peppered around the place, if that's what it is, that's going to pick up these fellows or ladies or whoever who chucked the stuff out of their car?
It's a really, really good point. So Buckinghamshire Authority was previously a number of distinct local authorities, so it was a two-tier region. They now have over 2,000 miles of roads that they're responsible for. I think there's over 26 town centres, and a lot of those roads are rural roads, so about 44% of them are high-speed roads, which are really, really expensive to cleanse. They put their cleansing workers at a risk. They have to quite often put in full-time road closures, which are inconvenient to motorists. So previous approaches to use education to encourage people to do the right thing and understand what impact littering has.
Well, can you tell us about that? Because I think some people listening to this might be going, really? We've got enough cameras in this country. Nick's just got a guest on who's part of this surveillance state. But what's the reason? What damage is being done? It's unsightly. My A10, get some cameras down there. It's an absolute mess down there. But what damage is it actually doing?
So it costs you and I as taxpayers £1 billion a year to keep the streets clean in the UK. So it's a significant sum of money. I think in Buckinghamshire alone, it's costing many hundreds of thousands of pounds in terms of cleansing crew resources. I think the Times article this morning said that they've got 90 people dedicated to that task. We were speaking to a local authority the other week that have over 1,000 volunteers. And this individual for the authority, that's their full-time role, just managing these volunteers. And they feel crestfallen and heartbroken in many instances, literally within a handful of days of having done a litter pick. It's nearly as bad compared to having done the litter clearance. So it's just an awful amount of wasted time caused by this behaviour.
And I'm going to ask you in a minute, have a think about this. I'll give you a warning of what sort of stuff is being chucked out of cars, or lorries or whatever. But also, is there any harm to wildlife, to the environment? I mean, I think I've heard a campaign where an imaginary hedgehog is telling us not to chuck things out of the road because it's killing hedgehogs.
think there's been a lot of material in the press in regard to the impact of wildlife. Certainly, Keep Britain Tidy have been working quite closely with National Highways on a campaign that's talking specifically about that, Nick. So quite often, some littered items are quite sweet in terms of their sort of taste and smell, attracting wildlife. Anything from sort of insects and birds, maybe hedgehogs too. I've not personally seen it, but I can imagine that is the case. But then there's also the impact of these materials going into the watercourse. So quite often where you've got a local authority and dual carriageways, as an example, you've got a split of responsibility of cutting grass and picking the litter. And in some occasions, that litter gets, the grass, it gets trimmed or shredded. That plastic ends up into the watercourse. The water goes out to the sea. And then it just goes into the food chain.
So come on, give us a clue. Look, when I was guilty of this, and when I was a lot younger, I did chuck things out of the car window. I didn't give it a second thought. It was a different age, I guess. In those days, God, I smoked. I used to chuck a cigarette out, which I mean was just crazy. What sort of things are people chucking out of their car window there?
From those sorts of things you just mentioned, Nick. So cigarette butts, food on the go litter, so drinks cans, plastic bottles, fast food packaging. Sometimes there can be larger bottles that maybe truck drivers have used because it's they're under time pressure to get where they need to be, and it's really quite insanitary. Some of the things that the cleansing crews have to pick up.
Well, it baffles me because I'm torn about this, but I think I'm coming down on the cameras and the snitchers on this one. Thanks very much for giving us an insight into this. Much appreciated. That was an insight into very much what is what the consequences are from a company that's already got cameras out there, that is watching you, throwing your stuff out there. Andrew Kemp, of course, CEO of Littercam, talking to me about that.